Hello and welcome to the first episode of our new series called The Final Piece of the Puzzle, where my co-host and I will talk about what teams we think certain players would fit in.
How's it going, guys?
Alright, so the first player up is Riyad Mahrez of Leicester City. He looks to be on the way out. He just declined Leicester's 100 pound per week offer. And for me, I think he would be a good fit at Arsenal. He has pace. He can play up top. He can play on the wings. So a lot of the times, a lot of their players are injured. So I think he can play like almost anywhere on the attacking part of the pitch. So when they're missing somebody, he can just step in and perform that role to the best of anybody's ability. So and especially the way where he has pace and he has skills and he can shoot and he can pass. So I think he'd be very good with connecting play up top and finding, Alexis Sanchez on the other wing when he's playing wing and sending perfect through balls when he gets the ball facing goal and all that. So I think that's where he would fit the best. What about you?
I wrote down Chelsea because I think the little link, the connection between N'Golo Kante and Riyad Mahrez, I think that could help in the long run. I think, like you said, he has many attributes. He's very fast. He's a great passer. He's a great shooter. He's an outstanding dribbler and skiller. And I just think that he'd work well in Chelsea. I think Chelsea is a team that has something going here under Conte with all these new signings that he's set to bring in. I think that that's something that players like N'Golo Kante and Mahrez, who aren't necessarily young talent, but they're not old, like 24,
Right.
25, and they have plenty of years of their best ability of the football in them. And I think that under Antonio Conte in the future, I think Mahrez would be a good fit for them, for sure.
Yeah. Well, the way I was thinking about it was like this is the player that Arsenal has been wanting for what? How many years? So many years. I can't even remember the last time they weren't calling for a world-class striker. Um, like he's quick, he's skilled, he's not like they don't like Giroud, even though he's a great striker, he doesn't work in their system. I don't think. I think he works better with two strikers up top. So maybe even if they brought him in, they could run two strikers, and I think that would be a good link-up play together. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For sure.
Um, Next up we have Georgino Wijnaldum. Where do you think he should play?
Well, I put that I think it would be better for him if he moved to Everton. So I put down Everton.
Oh
Whether he'll
wow.
move there or whether he'll move to Liverpool, I don't know. If I'm honest, it looks like he's gonna go to Liverpool, but we don't know yet. But I put down Everton only because he's he's like I don't know where he'd fit in the Liverpool system. Of course, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I don't know what formation they play. I don't know what position the fans are calling for. But he's just, and of course you're the Everton fan, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it looks like they need someone on the left.
Absolutely.
Morales is good, but I think Wijnaldum's probably better. He had 11 goals and 5 assists in the poor performing Newcastle, which I didn't know that those are stats, but those were the assists and goals that he had last season. And I think he's just a type of player that I could see fitting in very well at Everton. If he joined Liverpool, he'd just be like another one of those players, if you know what I mean. But if he joined Everton, he can be a player that the fans can get on his back. He can pick everybody up when they're underperforming. He can be that flair in the squad, and I think that that'd
Absolutely.
be a good move for
Definitely.
Everton.
I put down the same thing. I think I think on the left we need somebody who has that spark. I don't think Morales, maybe he has that. He's had that before, but last season he did not have that. His head wasn't right or whatever. Maybe Martinez wasn't pushing him the right way. But the thing that about Wijnaldum on the left that really makes it exciting to have, like, that it would make it exciting if we had him. A lot of the Everton fans will remember the times when Pienaar was at his best and Leighton Baines was on the left side as well. They had outstanding link-up play with the back heels and the flicks and the skills, and Pienaar would have the ball on the left, and then he would just lay off Baines for a cross, and then somebody would be in the box waiting for it, and just stuff like that. And they were just outstanding. And I think he's the kind of player that would do that. Perfect, not perfect. Outstanding passing. He's very skilled. He's quick. He's strong. He has it all for an attacking midfielder. Whether it be on the left or in the middle when Ross Barkley's out or whenever we need him. Or even on the right. I think he can play on the right as well. So maybe Deulofeu needs to be subbed out, or they want to bring on Deulofeu as a sub instead to provide a spark. But for the majority of the match, Wijnaldum would be just great to have, I think. So yeah.
All right.
Next up, we have your favorite rumor of all time, probably the great Paul Pogba. Where do you? Obviously, I know what you're gonna say. So why don't you talk about that?
I think he's gonna go to Real Madrid. I'm just kidding. Yes, like you said, my favorite transfer rumor of all time, but also, if I might add, the most painful, emotional roller coaster of a transfer rumor of all time. If Paul Pogba doesn't keep you up at night, I don't know what will. I do want to be optimistic here and say that he's going to go to Manchester United, which is where I'm going to put him in. Whether he'll go, I don't know. Actually, we're going to record our Everton and United podcast next, and I have plenty to talk about Pogba. So if you're interested in hearing the latest news about him, you can listen to that next episode. But I think he'll fit in at United, and I think he ties in with the whole Wayne Rooney situation, what I'll also talk about in the next episode. But I think he'll definitely fit in the midfield. Like, if you think about it, there's not a team in the world that I can think of where Paul Pogba wouldn't fit in. Like,
Right,
there's
exactly.
no systems where a skillful box-to-box midfielder couldn't be useful.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he can, and not only that he's box to box. It's not like he can only play box to box. He can
Right,
you can put him playing holding right in front of the defenders, or you could put him right behind the strikers. You know,
right. He can just do like,
he can do it all. He could probably play
yeah,
striker if you put him there. To be honest.
yeah,
But actually, I didn't even put United because I figured why make
I,
the most obvious choice, and I knew you were gonna put it anyways.
yeah.
So actually, this is my wild guess. Not really a guess. This is just where I think he would fit. Chelsea. I think, like you said, he's a box-to-box midfielder. He can shoot, he can pass, he can dribble, he has flair. He's quick. So I think, he's just like he reminds me of he's like Modic, but
He
better at
reminds me of Ruud
everything.
Hullet.
Right, exactly, exactly. So I have no idea. I think that's just where he would fit. But I think obviously he would fit in every team. Every team would love to have him.
Mm-hmm.
So our next and final player is Diego Costa. So we all know that he's looking to leave Chelsea. So we're looking at places where he might fit in. For me, obviously I don't think he'd ever go there. I don't think Chelsea would let him go there. But I think he would be good for Arsenal as well. Um, you know,
Hold on. I'll let you finish, but might I just add, one of my best friends is an Arsenal fan, and I can confirm that there's no player in the world that Arsenal fans despise more than Diego Costa. The way he talks about it. All right,
that is true. That is
I'll let you continue. He
that
would fit
that.
he would fit in well in the system, but you can continue.
Yeah,
Sorry for interrupting.
yeah. No, I remember that game against Arsenal. That was horrific. But
Oh yeah.
in terms, all right, look, if we put all that past him, then I think like the system fits for him. He's fast, he's strong, he has a decent touch on the ball. He can have decent length on play. He's like just a better Giroud. Maybe no, he's not as good in the air, but um, I think he would just fit in their system. Obviously, it would never happen. We all know it would never happen. But
Right.
yeah, it's pretty easy to link up. World class striker, formerly world class striker, and Arsenal. It's too easy. But yeah,
Yeah.
what about you?
All right, I put Atletico Madrid because that seems like the team that he's going to go to if he leaves Chelsea. I just want to say I don't like Diego Costa. It's not I don't like him as
Neither
a
do
person.
I.
I'm sure he's a nice person. He's just a hothead player, and I kind of consider Diego Costa as like he's an all-around striker. He's strong. He has amazing finishing, and he's fast. Like he's everything you could ask for in a striker. He's not
Except his
like
head.
some
He needs to get
right.
his head right.
Like for Olivier Giroud, he's good at heading. Diego Costa can head the ball. Paulo Dybala, he's a quick like. So if you look at it, like a lot of the best strikers in the world seem to have two
That
out of three attributes. Like
right.
Paulo Dybala, he's not one of the best strikers in the world, but he's getting there at such a young age. I really rate him as a player. But as I was saying, he's someone with unreal dribbling, unreal pace, unreal finishing, but he's just not strong enough. If you look at Ibrahimovic, he has, I don't even need to mention his finishing, like probably one of the best in the world. He's such a skillful player with his dribbles and he's so strong, but he's missing that pace. But for Diego Costa, he's fast, he has good finishing, he's strong, he can head the ball, he could dribble. He just seems to have it all.
Yeah, like
And I
some
think
people will say like a player is the jack of all trades but the master of none. It's like Diego Costa is the jack of all trades and the master of a lot of stuff. You know?
right, and I think and going on to the Atletico thing, I think he'd work well in that system. I think Atletico could really push for something if they had Antoine Griezmann, who also happens to be like my favorite player ever. Not really, but I really rate him. Antoine Griezmann and Diego Costa would work really well together up front,
Absolutely.
considering that Diego Costa has been there before. Simeone wants him. He wants to return there. He reportedly the same exact rumor was going on last summer.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I think Diego Costa would fit into a number of teams, but I think we'll see him go to Atletico Madrid this summer.
I agree. All right, guys, that'll do it for our first episode of the final piece of the puzzle. Thanks for listening. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our Everton and United update. Have a good day.